All right, let's dive in. Today, we're breaking down a really powerful mental toolkit for traders. And listen, we're not talking about some new fancy indicator or a complicated strategy. Nope, this is all about mastering the one variable that truly dictates your performance. So, let's get right to it.
So let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about it for a second. What is the single biggest risk you're facing every single day? Is it one particular stock? Is it some crazy market event? What do you think it is?
Believe it or not, the answer is almost always you, your own mind. Your fear, your doubt, your urge to control everything, that's the most unpredictable, most volatile part of your entire trading system. So the real question becomes, how do you manage that?
Here's the game plan for today. First, we're going to explore what we call the inner market. Then we'll get into 3 specific, powerful techniques to build that mental discipline. And finally, we'll see how it all comes together to help you execute your trades with real confidence. Okay, first things first, we have to make a huge mental shift here. It's about learning to tune out all that external noise, the talking heads, the flashing numbers, and start tuning into what's going on inside you. And this quote, man, it just nails it. Real prep isn't just staring at charts until your eyes glaze over. It's an internal job. It's about finding and creating that sense of calm before the chaos of the market even begins.
Okay, so that sounds great, but how do we actually build that inner calm? Well, our very first technique is all about finding an anchor. Think of it as a physical point of focus that can ground you when the markets inevitably go haywire.
And what is this anchor? It's your breath. It's that simple. Why? Because when your mind starts spinning and your emotions are going nuts, you need something physical, something real and immediate to pull you back to the present moment. Your breath is the perfect tool for that. Just think about why this works so well. Your breath is always there. It's a stable, steady rhythm. And no matter how nuts the market gets, your breath can remain unshaken. When you put your focus there, you're literally tapping into that stability. All right, you've got your anchor. But what happens when that number one enemy shows up? You know what I'm talking about. Fear. Our second technique isn't about trying to crush your fear. It's about learning to reframe it, to look at it in a completely different way.
See, fear isn't just some idea in your head, right? You actually feel it. It shows up in your body. Maybe it's a tightness in your chest or a pit in your stomach. The very first step is to stop thinking about it and start noticing where you feel it physically.
So here's the playbook, a simple 4-step process. You don't fight the feeling. You just acknowledge it. Okay, there it is. Then you breathe into that space, not to force it out, but just to bring some warmth and softness to it. And as you exhale, you just let that weight start to melt. You're not destroying the energy, you're just transforming it.
And this right here, this is a total game changer. Fear stops being a command to panic and sell everything. Instead, it just becomes a signal. It's just energy. It's information telling you, hey, we're in a moment of uncertainty. And just like a price wave on a chart, that feeling can rise and then it can pass. You don't have to obey it. Okay, so we've got an anchor to keep us steady, a way to handle fear. The last piece of the puzzle is visualization. And let's be super clear, this isn't about wishful thinking or manifesting a winning trade. Think of it more like a mental rehearsal. It's what pro athletes do before every single game.
I love this metaphor because it perfectly captures the mindset we're aiming for. You are not in the water getting tossed around by every single wave. You are the calm observer on the shore. You can see the waves, you can watch them, but they don't control you.
And that's the whole point, isn't it? It's about letting go of that deep need to control the market, to chase every move. Your focus shifts away from trying to control the uncontrollable and turns inward to the one thing you can control, your own state of mind.
Now, to really lock this in, we can use a few simple but really powerful affirmations. The first is a direct command. I release fear. You're not just hoping it goes away, you're actively choosing to let it go, to stop it from dictating your actions. The next one builds on that idea perfectly. I trust my process. This is so important. It moves your source of confidence away from needing a specific result, which you can't control, and puts it right where it belongs, on your well-thought-out plan, which you can control.
And finally, the one that really ties it all together. I stay calm in uncertainty. Because let's be honest, trading is the business of dealing with uncertainty. You can't get rid of it. But you can absolutely develop the skill to stay calm right in the middle of it.
So where does all this lead? What's the end game here? It all leads to a fundamental transformation in the way you actually place and manage your trades. It leads to what we call empowered execution. Just look at the difference here. On one side, you have the trader who acts from fear. They're trying to control everything. They're obsessed with the result. They're constantly reacting. On the other side is the trader acting from discipline. They are calm, deliberate, trusting, and they are aligned with their process. That is the goal.
And this might honestly be the most freeing idea in all of trading. When you truly deeply align with your process, the outcome of any single trade stops mattering so much. You find this incredible freedom because you know you can't control the result, but you can control your execution. And over the long run, that is everything.
This is who you become. This is your new identity. You're no longer just getting tossed around by the market's chaos. Through all this inner work, you become the source of stability. You are the calm in the storm.
So I'm going to leave you with one last question. The next time the market is about to open and you sit down at your desk, are you ready? Are you ready to trade your process, or are you going to trade your fear?